target we're gonna shoot is 70 meters away, this tree. Focus. Yep. I will see if we can get an image from the scope. So it's easier for us. Alright. I guess we can. Let me see if I can focus. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know if you guys can actually listen to the babies hitting it. So here we go. Alright. Alright, since lately seems DMRs are a new trend, I figured I'd try to build one. I happened to find this ANK SR25 for about 150. The body is polymer, but it has all the correct reinforcements and it feels quite sturdy. Like this stock attachment is actually a thin-seed aluminum injection molded into the lower receiver. The upper receiver is also quite nice. The rail is metal, so is the front thread. The hole-pop chamber is dial, although looks kinda ugly. It is one of the most secure hole-pop in the outer barrel. It doesn't wiggle side to side nor up and down, which is very nice. It's quite... The arm doesn't look like there's space for it to move. So I think I actually might just use a concave nub or 3D print one. I will see how I will do that. And the R-hops is stock hole-pop chamber, and I think that will be good enough for these. Furthermore, it kinda surprised me for what you get for 150. The gearbox is QD and you can remove it just by unscrew the screw in the back of the stock. So you don't really have to remove the gearbox from the receiver, which is nice. The gears are steel. They look better than the sintered powdered gears. It comes actually with the ETU. It's the Hall effect type with the magnet. Piston has a steel rack. You can see it's probably liquid metal injection or worst case powdered, but it's full 19 teeth metal. Air seal is definitely present and it's quite good. Cylinder head is CNC aluminum. However, it's very same. The nozzle is also machined, but it's kind of loose. The stock O-ring that came with the nozzle was also really large compared to the cylinder head. As you can see, there is a quite big gap. So that won't seal. Lucky for me, I just happen to have bought a bunch of these O-rings that I know just fit. So if you don't look to improve the sound much, I actually think the stock gears are fine. But the guy is quite budget, so I was able to squeeze in at least the helical gears, 19 teeth, to replace these. The ETU I did not find any tutorial for programming, so it might not be programmable. I think I will switch that out for a cheap basic ETU as well. a single board one. At least give me pre-caulking. For DMRs, there are only 18 to 1 gear ratios. There are not lower ones, which I think is good. Because of the extra trouble, you really want to avoid PME when it's possible. So the only way to get a good trigger response without having too high of a rate of fire is by pre-caulking. It's quite a lot. So we need a ETU with a pre-caulking. Motor, I think brush or brushless one will either be fine, since it won't be firing this extremely a lot. However, you would like the torque, so if you have the budget, I would squeeze in a brushless as well. So now we have the helical gears shimed and installed. Reused some of the shims, they are a little bit soft brass ones. O-ring, I had to pick the right side one to refix that. The ETU, I'm using the one Solink is offering together with, like they give a ETU with a brushless purchase. At least this one I know how to program it, so nothing fancy. So far we only spent about 150 in upgrades. Piston is still stock, O-ring seal is good, cylinder is good, tappet plate should do the job, nozzle now air seals. We will close it up and give it a test run. Okay, after on a close inspection, it's quite disappointing that A&K actually gave you a 16 teeth sector gear, but it's a 19 teeth piston, so it's, let's say, 3 teeth short stroked for whatever reason. So that makes me suspect this spring is quite weak to be able to avoid PME. And this piston design has interference with the 19 teeth sector. Because if I rotate here, you can see the piston actually locks there and it's gonna start picking up there. And it's going to grind right here because 2 teeth, there and there. I will have to modify the piston, very unfortunately. However, it did seem to be pretty tough considering I gave this a test run. Alright, I have the gearbox set up for now. We will work on the barrel later. Short stroke the trigger. I think the ETU, the pre-caulking is time-based, so I think my 28K motor is a little bit slow. I'm not getting enough pre-caulking as I would like, but I think for 300, everything invested, I think that's pretty decent. Now I will go. I think I will have to R-hop this because despite the stock hop-up is quite sturdy, it's not hopping, and it's losing too much FPS when it goes close to the limit, and R-hop will help that. Alright, so I have the hop-up apart, and very surprisingly, it comes with a concave knob. Fairly large contact area as well. So that means I can just use this unit. Thick clip was very solid as well, very hard to remove. Bucking is bad. Like you can't combine this size of a nub, like this length. If you compare it to the hop-up window, the same width, almost. That never ends well. You're chopping your bucking. And this is well, the worker must have chopped it, and it's oily and it's just a nub on the inside. So we will grab either a flat bucking, or I check if I have some of these newer buckings with the inside nub that is already kind of like a R-hop. Then I think I will mill this window bigger, then reassemble it. Now we have our R-hop patch. I have chose a different bucking. Smooth it out on the inside. I happen to have run out of flat buckings. Just slide it over. I don't like to glue the patch to the barrel because usually it's not needed. I like the bucking to the patch to adjust itself to the window. It works very well. I mean, haters gonna hate. This is kind of like another one of these coats or urban myth of airsoft. Okay, knob in place. We will put it back together for the chrono. Alright, this is about the speed we want, 100 meters a second. Okay, so overall, I'm happy with this. Total invested was 160 for the gun, was 89 for the motor, which gave the electronics. Not too happy about the pre-cocking levels, but I guess I will. It's okay. Then about $50 for the gears. If I were to build this seriously, I would probably take a more expensive ETU, like this e-shooter here with the magazine detection, so I can have some empty mag control, so I don't dry fire this. High power AGs should not be dry fired very often. As you can see from the FPS and accuracy, it's totally okay for the amount of time we put this together. Those are very simple R-hop job and basically just very basic shimming and make sure there is air seal. So this would be an option for sub 350. Like sub 350, you're not really getting anything. And here we got a brushless motor, ETU, still very good steel gears. We're running helicals. Power is very respectable on M140 spring, and it was shooting the BB, as you can see, very accurately toward that tree. That tree is slightly wider than a person, but our spread, you can see from the video, would definitely be on the center mass of the tree. So we would be very confidently take somebody out at 70 meters.